Agrícola Bethlem, 24 de outubro de 1927, Rio de Janeiro, Brasil. Well, the work is the center of my life. Of course, that emotionally I am very attached to my family. I am an only child. I have 6 kids. I compensate. I thought it was interesting to have a master degree. So I entered COPPEAD, the master area for engineering, which had a program of administration that was called COPPEAD. Then the chief of COPPEAD, Professor Paulo Lemos, had the idea of separating COPPEAD from COPPEAD, and I was invited to teach in COPPEAD. We didn't have a seat. This seat only appeared 4 or 5 years later when the Center of Research of Embratel changed to a new building and left the old building. The ground floor is a municipal school for kids. We only start after the first floor. We only had an elevator 5 years later. We had to climb 4 floors by stairs every day. In the early 70s, the Brazilian government created something that in Portuguese means Organization for the Development of Executive Training. This organization helped the firms, whichever they were, small or big. It was a great success. And the president of this association called a group of Brazilian professors to help him plan. And this group reached the conclusion that it was very important to develop Brazilian cases. And so we closed the CBC and we made a central case for COPPEAD. My doctoral thesis was about the necessity of creating Brazilian material for the teaching of management. Management is very subordinate to the local culture. The American manager, he gives a great importance to having other people to recruit. So he gives a great importance to training. The Brazilian manager has nothing to do with university. He wants the executive training, but he doesn't want to participate. Information technology is a great innovation. I try to prepare the people in this to accept the innovation. So I start making experiences with brainstorming. I also started creating a course in business games. This business game was transformed by a professor from COPPEAD and was the business game of COPPEAD for 20 years. People forgot that innovation doesn't exist without creativity. The first person that said something about teaching was a Greek named Socrates. And he said that the professor is like a midwife. He has to receive the idea of the students and help them to develop these ideas towards more knowledge. Similar to the Socratic system, we use a case and the students study the case and they present their ideas about the case. COPPEAD, in my opinion, is a miracle because we have a competition of other schools that pay more. The fact that it's a public institution in Brazil represents bureaucracy, difficulties. COPPEAD has had 3 waves of new professors being admitted. And in all of them, all the professors were from very high quality. All my material was Brazilian. When I don't have it, I write it. I'm definitely sure that while we try to copy what is not good to copy, we retard our development. We have to have the courage to create what we think is good for Brazil.